ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुक्तापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So welcome to Bhakti Steps. We have been reading Bhagavad Gita and we were in the 14th chapter, and I guess we completed 5 verses of that. So this 14th chapter is this knowledge that is discussed in this is heavily used by the sages. Okay, that was one thing that Krishna says. The sages, they know this knowledge and they use it. Okay, so now what is this 3 modes? Let's see if I have some PPT here. Okay. Can you see this picture? All 3 people are wearing certain suits, right? There's a suit.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, there's a suit around their body. Now, my question to you is, which suit is suitable for running?
First one, Prabhu.
Sorry, where did it go? First one, right? The other 2 suits are very difficult to move and all that. Getting? So, our body is also like that. Some bodies are very suitable, okay, and some bodies are not so suitable for certain activities, for other activities. Okay, so in um, when the soul leaves body and according to his karma desire he gets another body, right? He gets another body, and that body could be anything: animal, aquatic, terrestrial, tree, plant. He could get anything, right? So those are simply but costumes over the body. Okay, there is this soul. Around that soul there is subtle body. Then there is the gross body, of physical body, which is made of bones and all. Now this physical body can be anything depending on our karma: animals, aquatics, or plants, or trees, or birds, right? Or amoeba, bacteria, or insects. It can be anything. 8.4 million species, and they are suits around the various kinds of suit around the soul, right? Like I'm showing you these 3. Okay, so Krishna is telling um, that what are these suits and what are these energies. So there are 3 kinds of energies, and he uses the word gunas. Guna is rope. So these are 3 ropes which are controlling us. Okay, according to that we get certain body. The body has certain inclination. If someone gets a tiger body, what is the inclination? What is the inclination being in a tiger of, or what is the instinct, the natural thing of a tiger?
Meat eating, Prabhuji?
Meat eating, right? It's angry, it's meat eating, it will run here, there, etc. So that body is pushing him to do that, right? The soul, isn't it? The moment the tiger grows, it needs meat. It's looking for it, right? So that body is pushing it. So ultimately, that push is coming from the three modes. The three modes have given us this body, and we have to work according to it. We have to work according to it. Just like in a drama. In a drama, one person may play a character. Anybody took part in drama? Did anyone took part in drama anytime? Did anyone?
Yes, Prabhu.
So what part did you play in the drama?
Some character.
Some character, right?
Yes.
And when you were in that suit or in that makeup, you have to act like that character, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, the drama will be, completely flop.
Yeah, flop. Yeah.
Okay. So here we can see one drama, ancient, old drama where people were playing a character of kings. Two kings are fighting with each other. Okay. So in that, one person has to fight with other, and they have to do all kinds of things there. Getting? In reality, whether it is happening, no, it is not happening that way. But it's a drama. So in a drama, when we are put into a character, then we have to play that character. Getting? We have to play that character. And this is actually a very philosophical point. This is a point by Shakespeare. From here we will Shakespeare.
Adi,
Sure.
Adi Papa.
Ginza, fire ade. Yeah. So what he says, all the world's a stage, and all men and women are merely players. They have the exits and the entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being seven ages. So what he's saying in this life is also like a drama. We become Mr. This, Mr. That, we play a role, we go and then we leave the stage. Right? We leave the stage. So when we are in a drama, we have to play that character. Right? So, in our life also, like these are puppets. If you see puppets. Okay. See, these are puppets. They are held by threads, right? And then there's a person who is holding that at the top, like this. And as he moves it, the hands, legs, everything will move. Getting? So these gunas are like ropes, and they have fixed what inclination we will have, what liking we will have, what will be our inspiration, influences, our eating habits, sleeping habits, like that. So these three gunas, they are called gunas, three gunas: sattvagun, rajagun, tamagun. They are under the control of Krishna, and he has said this. Now these three gunas give us certain body. That's what we were discussing. They give a certain body, and each body has some advantage, disadvantage. Now each body is made of two things: physical and subtle. Physical is our senses, touch, blood, everything, and mental body is the mind, intelligence, and the identity. And now the identity we fix is like the character in the drama. You are so and so person. You have to play the character of a king. Then suddenly the person acts like a king. Whether he was a king, no. but he acts like a king in the drama. So this is what is going on. So this is the concept of the three modes. They give us certain identity and we play this drama. Okay, but this is a drama of life. Now we have free will. Okay, so using the three modes, whatever influences we have, we choose whether to go with it or don't go with it. Okay, so that free will we still have, even though these ropes are there. Even though these ropes are there, that free will we still have. The puppets, do the puppets have free will? No, the puppets don't have free will. But do we have free will? Yes, we have free will. Okay, so the examples are make us to understand how this thing is working. Okay, we are exactly not puppets. We are connected with ropes, but we have the free will to act, align with it or don't align with it. Okay, so there are three ropes. Any questions on this? Any questions that I try to explain the three modes?
No, Prabhu.
No? Okay. Okay. So what are these three modes? They are called Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva, so do we have one mode only or we have all the three modes? So we have all the three modes in various quantities. Okay, in various quantities we'll have. So we will get various, so each body will have these three modes. Okay, each body will have the three modes and it will vary. Each one will vary. Okay, someone may have more sattva, less rajas, more tamas. Someone may have more rajas, less tamas, and more sattva. So like that, these three, and there are unlimited number of combinations. Getting? So that's why there are so many bodies, and they are giving us these three. Now in this three, the sattva, it is like positivity, peace, clarity, creativeness, openness, intelligence. Rajas is, will be passionate, desireful, anxiety, and misery. And tamas is inactivity, laziness, dullness, dark sleep, depression, ignorance, and madness. This is how it is. Now each one of us gets certain combination of it. Therefore you will see that in a family, if there are 5 children, all of them behave differently. If you have brother and sister, you will understand that we are from the same father mother, but we act differently. For the same thing we will act differently, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Like let's take the example of money, and let's say you are 3 brothers. Each one of you will look at the money differently. The youngest one will think, oh, I got free money, I'll take it away. The middle one will say, no, oh, this money belongs to, I'll take half of it. And the eldest one will think, oh, I won't take only, I will give it back to whom it belongs. Now what is the motivation behind it? So that motivation to decide is sattva, rajas or tamas. Okay, a combination of the three, and you get a mocktail. You heard about mocktail? Anyone ever took a mocktail?
A mixing of different juices, Prabhu.
Yeah, mixing of different juices. And a cocktail is mixing of different alcohols. So let's see. Yeah, so see this blue colada, what all it contains: raspberry syrup, milk, coconut milk, water, nutmeg, pineapple slice. You see, it's a different like combination. Okay, like you see this kurakoi syrup, there are in 3 of them, but the other ingredients make it taste differently and they look also differently. This is little darker, this is lighter, even though one ingredient is same. Actually 2 3 ingredients are same: lemonade, fresh lime, you know almost all are same, but still the quantity that changes everything. Getting? So we get in this body a mocktail. A mocktail of what? Influences, qualities. And they drive us. Okay. And now we will learn how to use. Now let's tell. Which of them is the best? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Which is the best?
Out of three, Sattva Prabhu.
Yeah. Now tell me, should we be always be in Sattva?
No,
No, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Why?
No combination.
If it is the best, then that is to be always there. Na? What is the problem in always being there?
Prabhu, when we go to office, we have to come into some Rajas Guna also.
Yeah, some
Otherwise,
passion has to be there. Otherwise, we won't be able to do business. Okay. And then what is the use of tamas? Do you know what is the use of tamas?
Prabhu, we can ignore
We can ignore.
ignorance. Some of the ignorance gunas will come automatically.
Okay. Sleep. Sleep is the benefit of tamas.
Hmm.
Tamas is there in every object also. Okay. Okay. Sattva, Rajas, tamas. Now we talked about body, right? But this universe is also there. Na? It is just showing that the bodies are the control. But this universe is also there. Water, land, tree, fruit, music, sky, everything. Everything is controlled by the three modes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, three guna also in animal body or other body.
Yeah. Every body. All bodies, even in the earth, it is there. Even in water, it is there. Sun, it is there. Time, it is there. Music, it is there. Food is there. Art is there. Mathematics is there. Physics is there. All these three modes are there. In everything, it is there. It depends on our free will what we are going to direct it. Okay. See, tamas is in time how the tamas works. When it becomes dark, we have to sleep, right? So tamas is arranging us to sleep because our body needs to take rest. So therefore we take rest. That is the best use of tamas, isn't it? But instead of tamas helping us in sleep, if we remain awake, then what happens? People sometimes sleep morning 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Then what happens?
More
Prabhu,
tamas
how?
will come, Prabhu.
What? Sorry?
More tamas will come. We may not able to do any activity.
Basically, we are not utilizing the uh,
Prescribed time or
yeah,
duty to
prescribed,
do.
or let's say the best time for that. You see? So um, so what is happening is, let's say someone sleeps late, very very late, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Then they miss the sattva which starts in the morning. Okay. Their tamas is increasing. Because their tamas is increasing more than required, the body, instead of recuperating, it will start getting damaged, right? Late nighters have problem because they are not able to sleep properly, hmm? And at the right time also. The body is definitely going to have some diseases. So we have not done the best use of this tamas, right? That is the problem. Similarly, rajas is there. If somebody is in a business, he has to be passionate. If someone is not passionate, can he do business? No, right? So there are good things about each of these modes, and we need to know where to use it and when to use it. And there are problems of each of these nodes. We need to know, okay, that time I need to remove it. Like I was talking about business. Passion is there, but with passion comes what? Greed, right? So one can become too much greed. So he has to control his passion such that he doesn't enter into the area of greed. So there are pros and cons of each of everything, and we need to know how to optimally use each of it for our ultimate benefit. Ultimate benefit is spiritual benefit. Current benefit is material benefit. How to keep our body happy also. Now in the animals and aquatics, everything, they work according to this three modes. Okay, you will see the animal will sleep when it has become dark. It will sleep. It is only one person who doesn't sleep, that is man, right? Man is the only one who will still remain awake, right, by his own will. Some animals are nocturnal, that is fine, but again that body is pushing them and they are allowing it to. But what will man do? Even if sleep is coming, he will go drink one cup of coffee, sit under the light and work or do something else, and then sleep late night. And after doing this for few months, few years, what will happen? Some disease will start. Then he'll go to doctor, and doctor will say, what happened? Sir, BP is high, this is high, that is high. He said, when are you sleeping? What are you doing? Take rest properly. Then he will change. So using this sattva, rajas and tamas, we have to make a best use of it for ultimate benefit and for a benefit of our body also, both. So let's get into the subject matter. Any questions till now? Anyone has anything to comment or question?
Prabhu, these gunas will come automatically, right?
When we have body means we have gunas. So does the devatas have these gunas?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, because they have material body. See, their material body may not be like us, blood, water, air, ether, like that. They will have subtle bodies. Okay, but it is still material. So to the point we have material body, we will have these gunas. So who doesn't have guna?
Lord himself.
Yeah. So that's why what is he called?
Prabhu, non-living thing also have no guna.
No, they will have actually. Like volcanoes, flood. They also have gunas. They have tamas guna. So when Lord Shiva does Tandav Nitya, na, he agitates the earth. He has then he has earthquake and volcanoes and all that. So those are in tamas. So he activates the tamas energy of the earth. Okay. So they may not be living, but they are activated by a person, and that power is destructive power is tamas. Getting? Like music. There are three kinds of music: classical, hip hop, and hard rock. Have you heard of this? Let's start with
Yes,
classical.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Already
Let's
heard.
start with classical music. Okay, this is they are showing American, European classical music. We'll see for Indian classical music. Okay. We know sitar and all that, singing nice. So this is classical music. When you sit for this classical music, do you become mad? Do you become mad? What do you feel?
No, Prabhu.
What do you feel? You feel calm,
Feel good.
quiet, good, right? Okay. So that is goodness.
Prabhuji, it was depend on liking. If you don't like such that, then it will be.
Even this liking comes from sattvagun, rajagun, tamagun. Even this liking, I am attracted to hip hop. So you will go there. Why? Because more passion is there in the body. Someone who's having goodness, right? He will get attracted to goodness music. But if someone is in passion and he listens to goodness music, he can calm down. See, that is a power. You can use that mode to enter into another mode. Getting? You can harness that power of that mode in it, and you can enter into another mode. Isn't it? Do you get this? If
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah, if a very actually this is seen, it is shown like there are hyperactivity kids, and some kids not able to sit down, but when they are made to listen this ragas, right? Some of the ragas are able to calm you down. Getting? They can calm you down. Now go to hip hop music. Hip hop music. What is the trend of all these hip hop singers? They are all
They are
passionate. They are
druggist.
drugs, alcohol, everything, right? Do we see that in classical music?
No, they are very obedient type.
Yeah. Now we'll go to hard rock music. This is tamas music. See, they are showing dead things, madness. So this is how music affects us, and it can increase the tamas, and that person who is having that tamas will be attracted to that. But he can move from tamas to rajas to sattva. Now this is what the Rishi Munis understood, how to move from one mode to another, how to harness that energy in the mode, okay, and how to be, because it's in itself it is not wrong, okay, like we need to sleep, but if we do meditation at the time of sleep, it will be problematic, right? So then at the tamas time, when the sun and the sky is dark, it is quiet, cool air is going on, it's like a tamas atmosphere, dark atmosphere. At that point you should not do meditation. At that point, sleep. So use that energy for your benefit. Getting? When it is in the early morning, that early morning is sattvagun, 2 hours before sunrise, and 2 to 3 hours after sunrise is called sattvagun. And then rajas starts 9:30, 10 o'clock. It goes till 4, 5 o'clock. After 5, 6, which who starts? Tamas starts. So see, time is also moving into rajas, tamas, sattva, rajas, tamas. And if we use that particular time for that particular activity, then we can take advantage of it. Getting? Like that. So everything we can take advantage. Food also. There is food in sattva, there is food in rajas, and there is food in tamas. Can you tell me a food in tamas which is good for us? Fermented food. It is in tamas, but it is good for us. But some foods are not good for us in tamas, like wine, alcohol. Those are not good. Similarly, rajas, sattva, chilies. How many of you chilies use chili? Red chili, green chili?
Yes, Prabhu. We use
Almost
Everyone
that.
uses,
everyone.
right? Actually, it is rajas. So now the question is, how much will you use? Sometimes some people put so much chili. After eating it, what happens? The stomach become bad, right? Next day you see all kinds of problems you have. So Gita says too much of spicy food will lead to anxiety, will lead to problems in diseases. But are we to remove chili? Are we to remove chili? Yes or no? Are we to remove
No,
green
Prabhu.
chilies and red chilies from our body, from our food?
No, Prabhu. We can't
No.
eat them.
Yeah. So what is more important? How much we have to use. So little is fine. Don't put too much. Little is fine, right? So that's how we use the rajas power of the chili for our benefit. Now you get? Now you get a point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, the sadhus, They knew the Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva in the world, and they used it for their benefit to keep their body and soul together and advance in spiritual life.
ऍड इन बॅकग्राऊंड चेंज करायचं मला नाही आता ब्लर येते म्हणजे काय मग माझ्या यायचेच कनेक्ट काय Give me your mobile. Give me your mobile.
Just hold.
On करू
Okay. Disturbance is what? Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas?
Tamas gun, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Rajas or Tamas. So that disturbs us. Anxiety. When are we to use disturbance? Generally, disturbance no one likes. But when are we to use disturbance?
When we are doing some other activity and if someone disturbs or something.
No. When you have to, like if the house is on fire, then you have to definitely disturb. You cannot say, oh, disturbance is bad. That time you have to use that Rajas power of disturbance. Why? Because that is the need that will save. So like that, we have to see where to use what. Getting? Where to use what. So this is what the sadhus understood and they properly use this. Like we may have mobile. Now mobile has everything. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, right? It depends on us now how we are going to use it. Getting? So everything is under the three modes. How we access it depends on our own motivation, which is again driven by this. Okay. So we spent a lot of time to just discuss this point, and we will just enter now text number 5. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. When the eternal living entity come in contact with nature, O mighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these three modes. Conditioned. Condition means what? They will be induced to act in a certain way. That is what is meant by condition. Like I told you, if someone gets a tiger body, he will be forced to act like a tiger. Just like in a drama, if you are told you are the king and the other person is told you are the beggar. In reality, you're not that. But because you are being told as a beggar, in the drama, you will become like a beggar. Isn't it? Similarly, the nature gives us the three modes in various quantities. And then we have to act according to it because it's driving us now. Now Krishna is explaining what these three modes are. So we'll get into it. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by sense of happiness and knowledge. So mode of goodness is illuminating, it is pure. Just by the name itself, we know it is good. It is free from sinful reactions. Okay, because it is free from sinful reaction, it is the best place to be. Because what happens when we get reactions? We are forced to take new bodies. So mode of goodness will help us in avoiding it. Getting? And it is conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. What does this mean? In mode of goodness, one will have a lot of knowledge. And he won't do any sinful activity. So he will think, I am happy. But then he's conditioned. He's conditioned to think, I am happy and I am superior to others. That is the problem with mode of goodness. Sometimes some philosophers, they think I am very happy, I don't do any sinful activities and I am superior to others. Have you seen such people? Very intelligent, very good, but They think they are superior. Philosophers, writers, everything.
Prabhu, they will not come in passion.
Not exactly. Passion means you have to be active.
Mm. Okay.
I mean, they are active,
Mm.
but it's but let's see. You know, passion is born of unlimited desires. See, they don't have unlimited desires. Their desires are under control. Getting?
Like their desire is, I am superior. That's all.
Yeah. That is the problem with mode of goodness. It is the
Okay.
best mode to be in. Exactly. But there is one slight problem, that is, philosophers, scientists, poets, generally scientists, you see, they don't do any bad activity, but they will think themselves to be very superior. And they will think, I am very happy. And that is the illusion. Just because I am happy, I don't do anything bad, and I'm respected, name, fame is there. This material world is nice to live in. So he doesn't aspire for spiritual life. That is the problem with this mode of goodness. That's why we see some very good people are there, but they don't take to Krishna consciousness. They don't take to any spirituality. Isn't it?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So those are those kind of people. There are good people, but when it comes to spirituality, and when it especially comes to bhakti, they'll say, no, no, no. What is that required? I'm happy now. I go to my job, or I teach. I get that respect. I get the name, fame. I'm happy there. What is the problem? So that is the illusion. Now, why does Krishna call it the illusion? Illusion means what?
Confusion,
which is
Prabhuji.
temporary.
Confusion.
The
I
illusion
think
is not
confusion.
confusion. It is a deceptive appearance, false idea, false appearance. What is false in that whole thought process? I am great. I am happy. What is false in that?
We are not happy in this material world. We feel like that.
See, in this material world, if we don't perform any sinful activity,
Mm.
we are definitely happy.
But we are stuck in this circle, Prabhu.
Yes. Because that doesn't take us out of cycle of birth and death. So, what is the next life of such people?
Again, same. Again, they will take
They
birth.
will take birth, but what is the next life?
They will take birth in a little bit higher planets.
Well, it depends on their karma, right? If they have done pious activity, then only they'll get. Like you see here, person will have a family, rich, PhD, home, etc. When he dies, everything is taken away. Then he takes birth again in a family where there is no material prosperity. Why? Because he didn't do any pious activity. If one doesn't do any pious activity, next life is bad. Getting? Do you understand this? Next life is due to our desires and karma. Okay? In this life, if you remain good, fine. But you have to do some pious activity, no? Otherwise, next life is not guaranteed. Same richness, same family, rich PhD, everything is not guaranteed. Isn't it? Recently, I shared one video, na? In Agra, in the 1980s, one boy said, I am so and so person.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So previous life he was businessman, and this life he became a son of a farmer. So the businessman would think, I have a shop, I am doing good, I have a car. In the 1980s, it was not so easy to get a car. Somebody having a car that time would be considered very, very rich, isn't it? But what was his next life? A youngest son of a farmer. That's it. So can he access his material credits, material prosperity from his previous life? No, everything is gone. So that is the illusion. Understand? That is the illusion. So that is the problem with Sattva Guna. You can come under this illusion. I am happy to live in this world and I am superior. बाकी सब बुद्धू है, मैं ही बुद्धिमान हूं. There is a pride that comes. Now, mode of passion. Mode of passion is unborn of unlimited desires and longing. So the desires are too much and they're driving like anything. This is seen exactly in businessmen. What happens with business people? Today I am earning 1 crore, but how much I want? 10 crores. Then I will get to 10 crores, and then how much I want? 100 crores. Then 1000 crores. Then 10,000 crores. Is it? So that desire is not controlled. It's just going, and when the person is driven by that. And one more passionate desire is attraction between man and woman. Some people do love stories, right? You must have heard this in your relatives, love story kiya usne. Love marriage kiya. Right? After 5 years of that love marriage, what happens? Is it still a love marriage or what happens then? Anyone? Anyone observed this love marriages?
Prabhu, again, the same thing. They are
What
fighting.
same thing? Then it becomes a reality show. Then it becomes a reality show. I had one relative and she married, it was a love marriage and it happened to be within the caste only with this boy. So after this 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, the normal fight started. It increased so much that her father had to go and resolve that love marriage, resolve that fight. When initially he was not ready for that marriage, but now because the marriage happened, everything's happened. Now he has to go and resolve that fights. 3 times it happened. Then she came once home, left everything, came with the children, stayed at the home. No, this is love marriage, okay? So it starts very nicely. This mode of passion starts very nicely. It says, very nice, very nice. Before marriage, boy and girl, they talk so much, right? शादी को एक महीना बाकी है. And they're talking to each other like, endless hours. 1 hour, 2 hour, middle in the night. And the phone call is going on and on and on. You will see this, right? Have you experienced this in your own marriage and maybe in your other, maybe some marriages that you've seen? Have you experienced this? Then what happens after marriage? If the phone
Both
comes,
are silent.
if the phone comes, you please stop talking now. Right? शादी के पहले तुम्हारे बिना रह नहीं सकता, शादी के बाद तुम्हारे साथ नहीं रह सकता. So anyway, so passion is like that. So what is the solution for this then? ठीक है, some people do love marriages. ठीक है, people do businesses. But what is the solution? It will lead to misery. See, mode of passion leads to misery. That is there. Now, what is the solution? See, without attraction of man and woman, nothing will happen. बच्चा भी नहीं होगा. Right? So, what is the solution? Should this happen or not happen? Should we enter into mode of passion or not passion? That is my question. See, if passion is not there, one won't work hard and one won't provide for his family. Let's take the example of Sudama Brahman. Sudama was very poor. He had a wife and children, right? You have heard this story?
Yes, Prabhu.
And his wife told, you are begging, but it's not getting. We are not getting a lot of food also. We are also starving. And Sudama said, What is the problem? Let's be like that only. He says, No, 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 no. We have to take care of our children. They should get something to eat, no? You have a good friend who is a king, and a king donates to Brahmanas. You go to him, your friend Krishna, and get something. Sudama says, No, 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 no. I don't want to ask anything. But somehow she forces, and then Sudama says, Okay, fine, I'll go. And I took gift also something because is my friend. So she collects this poha, chipped rice, and he puts in a bag and he goes to Krishna. He doesn't ask only Krishna, I want something. Krishna within his heart knows that his wife has sent and they are in this position. So then he gives riches. By the time he reaches back, he sees there is a mansion, palace. His wife is wearing jewelry. His children are nice, fit, healthy, and they're eating all kinds of foodstuffs. So the point is, Sudama refused to be passionate. Yes, because he was Brahmana. Brahmana has to be in mode of goodness. Okay, but because his wife had some passion, so she said, you have to get things right. So my point is, should we have passion or not passion?
Yes, Prabhu, we should have little bit. Otherwise, how we will feel?
So when you use this little bit, right, what does it exactly mean? Little bit passion. What does it exactly mean? Little bit passionate actually doesn't conclude anything. See, the army people, they have to be passionate to kill the enemy. And if they say, I am little passionate, are you going to accept that answer?
It depends on where are you and
What? Sorry?
what role you are playing right now.
Fine, roll
It's on
everything is
where
fine. How will you
what are you
guide this
doing?
passion?
What role you are playing.
Yeah. So the answer is,
Mummy.
okay, you can mute yourself. So the answer is that the mode of passion should be guided by goodness. It should be guided by goodness. Okay. So somebody may be a businessman, someone may be, husband, father, but they should be guided by goodness. Definitely they should work hard. Definitely they should work passionately. But when you guide by goodness, so goodness is what? Goodness is regulation. Goodness is control. So that passionate is under control, that earning is also under control. It is not to become workaholic, right? It has to be finding that balance where one can satisfy family also and still do spiritual life, right? And earn in a legal way. All these thoughts are guided by goodness because it is pure in nature. So, like that. Sleep. How is sleep to be guided by goodness? Sleep is tamas. We have to sleep at the right time for the right number of hours. What is the right time to sleep? What is the right time to sleep?
Between 9 to 10, Prabhu.
Yeah, that is right. When it becomes dark, it is time to sleep. That's it. And if you don't understand this, observe the birds. They will teach you. The birds will teach you, the cows will teach you. If you go in the evening in the cowshala, in the goshala, what is the scene? It's little dark and all that. What is the scene that you see in a cow shed? Have you ever been? Have you ever been to such a cow shed in the evening time? All the cows will be sitting. They won't be standing.
Right.
Right? When you see at the trees, Do you hear any birds doing choo 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 choo? No, right? All of them are sleeping. So that's the thing. They use those modes. So tamas has to be guided by goodness. And goodness means to use it in proper way. That intelligence comes from goodness. Go a little faster. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness born of ignorance is delusion of all embodied living entities. The result of the mode is madness, indolence, and sleep, which binds the conditioned soul. Okay, it is delusion, illusion. It is madness. The result is madness, indolence, and sleep. But if it is guided by mode of goodness, then we will properly sleep. We won't oversleep or undersleep. Then the result won't be madness. It will be freshness. In the morning you get up and you feel fresh. आज अच्छी नींद हुई है, राइट? क्यों? कल को रात को जल्दी सोया मैं. Simple answer, isn't it? You can see sometimes we travel somewhere, we come home and we just have our dinner and we immediately go to sleep. Why? Because we are just too tired. Next day when we get up we feel fresh. And simple reason is we ate early, we slept early. Okay, so that's the mode of darkness, that is ignorance, tamas. O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. Like I told you, happiness. There is definitely some happiness because you are not committing any sinful activity. Passion conditions to fruitive action. Action, it considers to action in the sense you do something physically to get some fruit. Without the fruit, you are not doing it. So mode of goodness can guide the passion to do detached action, to do your duty detached. Then the passion is still in mode of goodness. Now ignorance covers one's knowledge, binds one to madness. The result of ignorance is madness. But if it is guided by goodness, it becomes freshness. It doesn't remain madness. It becomes fresh. Now this is a very interesting shloka that Krishna says. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the mode of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance. And at times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way there is always competition for supremacy. Now let's look at the first sentence. The mode of goodness becomes prominent and defeats mode of passion and ignorance. Tell me an example where mode of goodness overcame mode of passion and ignorance.
Probably if we wake up in the early morning, I think.
Yeah.
That will be
Whoever
good.
you may be. In the morning time, it is very difficult to become passionate. Especially 4 to 6 or 7 o'clock. Very difficult. Everything is quiet, nice. Even our body is also quiet. Second, mode of passion defeats mode of goodness and ignorance. Give me an example where this thing happened. Passion defeated goodness and ignorance.
I think during working hours or during business
During working
activity.
hour, goodness and ignorance are tossed. If you are watching a India-Pakistan match, goodness and ignorance are tossed. Everything becomes passionate. You don't consider a time. You don't consider anything. Right? At other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. This is definitely sleep. And madness. If somebody is mad, this thing happens. Goodness, passion, dono chala gaya. Now the question is, can we increase the goodness, mode of goodness in us? Can we increase mode of goodness?
We can try, Prabhu. We can try to wake up early.
Can you give me examples more? Early wake up is fine. Anything other?
Hearing the lectures.
Good. Hearing also is good.
Reading
Yeah, hearing,
Bhagavatam
reading.
and
Yes, yes, yes. Anything else?
chanting.
Chanting, of course, yes. I'll give you a hint. Food.
Sattvic food.
Sattvic
Prasadam,
food, right?
Prabhuji.
See, those devotees who came from very different backgrounds, when they moved to Sattvic food, they will they will experience this, that the mode of goodness is increasing in them. Previously, they liked certain foods. Now they are not disinterested in it. Like one devotee was saying, previously he would like a lot of onion, See, onion in onion. Then he became devotee and all that. Then he left onion. Okay. Then he said that that onion would give him that kick, that passion in him. Now that he has changed to goodness, that passion is controlled. It is there, but it is controlled. So by changing our habits, we can develop mode of goodness. And then mode of goodness is also not the highest thing, right? There is problem in the mode of goodness. What is the problem? One can think himself to be superior. Illusion that I am happy in this world. But this mode of goodness is required to move into complete spirituality. And that state is called Vasudeva state. Shuddha Sattva. It's called Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. It's not just Sattva, it is Shuddha Sattva. It's called Vasudeva state, where one's devotion is also pure. It's free from jnana, karma. It is very tasteful. So these three modes we have to transcend, not just remain in mode of goodness. We have to come to mode of goodness, definitely, because it will save us from committing sinful activity. And from there, we do bhakti activities to enter into Vasudeva state, which is Shuddha Sattva. And in Vasudeva state, one can interact with the Supreme without being affected by the three modes, in a pure state. Like that it is. Okay. Any question or comment?
But Prabhu, if one person is in mode of passion, right? So he or she will not be able to change his habits also. It is a circle, right?
Okay. Let me ask other devotees. Have you able to change your habits after coming to Krishna consciousness? Can anyone share? Can anyone share?
Yeah, I think we left onion garlic, Prabhu.
Onion garlic is fine. Any other thing?
Wake up early, Prabhu.
Waking up early. Yes, that is also one change. Any other change?
We don't want to come in another people's business.
Yes, that is also there. See, that is mode of goodness. You see, traditionally Brahmanas, they would not enter into other person's business. They would be only in their business, right? And that quality
Yes.
is now coming in us. Okay. I'll tell you, one devotee, he told me that previously he would become angry even for small things and fight with his wife every day, almost every day. So he used to fight with every day, and every day there used to be some fight because some small thing would happen, and then da, 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 he would shout and cry and all that. Now I was very surprised to hear this. Why? Because I was with him for many months, and I found that he was very quiet person, very calm person. I used to like that. But then he told me that before coming to Krishna consciousness, he was very angry person. I was a little shocked to hear this. So the process of bhakti, right? The process of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, and all that increases the mode of goodness, and it has the power to increase the to go into Vasudeva state, pure goodness. So, however, a person may be passionate on her, but the power of bhakti, right, or the power of spiritual activity, or let's say the power of activities in goodness, can elevate them. Okay, can elevate them. It is not like they cannot do. With the help of someone else, they can do. Like people go to therapy and all that. They're taking the other person's help, the therapist help, to increase mode of goodness in them. They may go to therapy to quit smoking. They may go to therapy to quit alcohol. They may go to therapy to control their anger, stress management, sleep management, and some go to therapy for counseling, marriage counseling. So they are taking the help of other person, and that what that other person does, he gives him certain activities, certain thought patterns which are in mode of goodness, and that's how he is able to pull them out from their ignorance and passion and situate them in goodness. Getting? So bhakti also does that. Okay, but the person should be ready to take it. Okay, if the person is not ready to take it, then even though we may give him goodness, he won't take to goodness like that. So definitely, a too much passionate person, like you were telling, may not change. He will change only if he desires to change. So first point is to understand why we need to change. Getting? So if that passionate person understands why he needs to change, then he will change. Otherwise, he won't change. Like let's take example of Narad Muni. Narad Muni met Ratnakar the dacoit. Then Ratnakar said to Narad Muni, "You told me this philosophy of karma. I want to change. I don't want to go into this karmic reaction, take new bodies, suffer here, go to hell. I don't want to do that. Tell me what I should do." Then Narad Muni said, "You do the best spiritual activity, the highest spiritual activity. What is that? To chant the holy name of Rama." And Ratnakar, he chanted the name of Ram, but he couldn't chant, so he started with Mara. And then Narad Muni said, "Okay, start with Mara. You will end up with Ram." And for many years he chanted, and then he started meditating on Lord Ram. And then what did he become? What did he become?
Full Ramayana he wrote.
Yeah, he became Valmiki Rishi. So he was such a in mode of ignorance, tamas, killing people and all that. From there he transcended to goodness. From goodness he transcended into Vasudeva state. In that state he could write the whole Ramayana. And when Ram had to decide where to keep my Sita, on top of his list was his name, Valmiki Rishi. In a Rishi Muni's place, I'll keep Sita. I'll keep my Lakshmi. Last time I asked you, where will you keep your money? You will keep it in a place where you feel 100% you're sure it is safe. So when that same question came to Lord Ram, when he had to abandon Sita for because considerable number of people were accusing him, were pointing faults in a king, and a king has to be faultless. Then only he can gain the respect of his subjects. So for this higher dharma of the king, he gave up his wife, and he didn't give up like raste pe chhod diya. No, he thought which is the best place for my wife, and top of the list was Valmiki Rishi's name in his mind. He said, "Lakshmana, take her to Valmiki Rishi, leave her there and come back." So, okay, the point was Valmiki Rishi decided to change. Therefore, he changed. Right? In the association of Narad Muni, Valmiki Rishi decided to change, therefore he could change. Now Narad Muni met Ravana also, he met Hiranyakashipu also, he met Kamsa also. Did they decide to change? Did Ravana change? Did Hiranyakashipu change? Did Kamsa change? No. So they were not desiring to change, therefore they didn't change, and then they had to just suffer. Mode of passion was in more, tamas was more, finally misery, madness, and end में they got killed. So one who wants to change, and then if he gets a proper person in goodness to instruct him what to do, then that change can happen. Now bhakti itself is like that, that it will bring the person to mode of goodness. Okay, and that's how Prabhupada could attract so many Westerners. They were addicted to alcohol and meat eating and illicit sex and intoxication, but to them he gave the topmost bhakti, the same way that Narada Muni gave to Valmiki Rishi or Ratnakar. Same way Prabhupada gave the holy name to all these Westerners, and then within that, those who desired to change, they became his disciples, and they got transformed. They transformed their whole life, existence, and they are great devotees now, right? Okay. Any last question? We ran out of time. Any last question? Okay. No question. We'll meet tomorrow.